President Trump has reportedly asked for officials to prosecute whoever divulged that he was rushed to a bunker under the White House last month as nearby protests intensified. The New York Times reported Wednesday evening that President Trump recently made the request after his May 29 visit to the bunker was revealed by the media. The Times reported in an article based on interviews with several unnamed sources close to the president. Mr. Trump has also become consumed, once again, with leaks from the White House, demanding that officials find and prosecute those responsible for information getting out about his trip to the bunker beneath the White House during unruly protests. Maggie Haberman, a Times reporter who co-wrote the article, specified on Twitter that 3 people familiar with what President Trump said told the paper that he wants the person or persons to be prosecuted. The White House did not immediately return a message requesting comment. Several news outlets previously reported that President Trump was rushed to the bunker last month by the Secret Service and held there for about an hour due to security concerns prompted by a nearby protest over the death of George Floyd, a black man who died while in police custody days earlier. President Trump subsequently acknowledged visiting the bunker that day, but he claimed it was merely for a routine inspection and not during the evening as multiple outlets reported. Attorney General William P. Barr has since contradicted President Trump by corroborating reports that the president was sheltered beneath the White House as a safety precaution. Mr. Barr later said on Fox News, "Things were so bad that the Secret Service recommended the president go down to the bunker. We can't have that in our country." House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Thursday the House will mark Juneteenth by removing the portraits of 4 former House speakers who served the Confederacy. "There's no room in the hallowed halls of this democracy, this temple of democracy, to memorialize people who embody violent bigotry," she told reporters. The 4 speakers to be removed are, Robert Hunter of Virginia, served from 1839 to 1841, Howell Cobb of Georgia served from 1849 to 1851, James Orr of South Carolina served from 1857 to 1859, and Charles Crisp of Georgia served from 1891 to 1895. Juneteenth, June 19, 1865, marks the day Union Army General Gordon Granger proclaimed all slaves in Texas, one of the last holdouts of slavery in the U.S., were free. It came 2 years after President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, but with the surrender of Confederate General Robert Lee in 1865, Union forces had the strength to enforce it. The announcement comes as the country is grappling with how to address the legacy of slavery and racial tensions after the death of George Floyd, who was killed when a white officer kneeled on his neck for more than 9 minutes. The debate has been extended to Congress, as lawmakers wrestle over whether the U.S. should rename military bases that honored Confederate leaders. Last week, Pelosi, California Democrat, wrote to the Joint Committee on the Library, which oversees the statues in the U.S. Capitol, to request 11 statues of Confederate icons be removed. Unlike Statuary Hall, Pelosi can act unilaterally in the House. Senate Republicans rejected that, saying it was a matter for the states to decide. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said, as a descendant of a Confederate member himself, was fine with considering name changes to military bases, but the statues were a different matter. The Kentucky Republican said, "But what I do think is clearly a bridge too far is this nonsense that we have to airbrush the Capitol and scrub out everybody from years ago that has any connection to slavery.